がここにいるうちの本物のスクールスポーツのために行こうぜベイビーバンこの国は気をつけて、現実になることがありますからね。
Alright, so I gotta come here and really dissect this whole situation because I haven't had a chance to get to this video, but I've been wanting to get to this video because it's a very interesting situation. You know, the IBF champion, or now you can say the former IBF champion, Anthony Kakachi, he was ordered to fight his mandatory challenger in the very dangerous Mexican power puncher Eduardo Sugar Nunez. Now, he wasted everybody's time for a couple months, was considering the fight, and he did what we all thought he would do in the end. He dropped the belt to clearly avoid and swerve and duck the Eduardo Sugar Nunez fight because he says he wants to be in the massive fights against big names. He's gonna fight Lee Wood next. So I mean, I don't have high expectations about Anthony Kakachi. He's a solid fighter. He's a good fighter. He's an overachiever. But I don't have these big expectations for him. So it's not like I'm gonna sit here and criticize him too much. He's a solid fighter. You know, he became champion. He's gonna go ahead and make the best business decision for him. And honestly, like, look, Eduardo Sugar Nunez would have been a terrible decision for him. He would have got the brakes beaten off of him. So I think he's actually making the right move from a business standpoint. But as a boxing purist who cares about the competitive integrity of the sport, I don't like the move. So that's one side of the equation. But it's now opened up the possibility for a really interesting vacant world title fight between Sugar Nunez, the mandatory challenger, and the next highest contender, which is the Japanese fighter who I just did a video about, who I've just now started covering his career, Masanori Rikiishi. Yes, Masanori Rikiishi, the southpaw, hasn't lost since 2018, which was very early in his career. He's won 14 fights since his loss. Very slick, intelligent southpaw, has sneaky good punching power. He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. They've been ordered to fight, and they have till March the 2nd to come to an agreement for the fight. Otherwise, I think the IBF's gonna move on to the next contender, and I think the fight will get done because when you talk about the people that handle these guys' careers, you have from Masanori Rikiishi, he's promoted by Ohashi Promotions, so Hideki Ohashi, the same guy that promotes the Monster in a way. That's who promotes Masanori Rikiishi. So I fully believe that they'll put up a lot of money. If they believe in Masanori Rikiishi, they'll put up a lot of money to get him to come to Japan, right? Now, I'm really intrigued to see how much Eddie Hearn believes in Eduardo Sugar Nunez because Eddie Hearn does a great job of running his mouth and being a good salesperson. But, you know, we've seen in the past with Raymond Ford and Komatov, he left Raymond Ford out to dry, and Raymond Ford, who's an American, had to fight an Uzbek as the B-side on a promotion in America, and he won the fight, but it was very difficult, and he was very fortunate to win the fight at the last second, right? Because if Ford doesn't get the knockout against Komatov, he loses the fight, and Ford's whole career trajectory is changed, right? So, I've been very adamant on this channel. I feel like, you know, Eddie Hearn has a very fun Mexican fighter, a guy that is very dangerous for anybody, who I think should be more known than he is. I feel like he's the one fighter from Mexico at the world level where I'm like, you know what, man, this guy should be so much bigger than he is because he's a better fighter than Isaac Cruz. He punches hard with both hands, and who wouldn't love to see a Mexican knockout artist like Sugar Nunez become something big in boxing? I feel like it should be pretty easy to market this guy. So I say all this to say that I think Eddie Hearn should be putting up more money here. And if this fight needs to be in Mexico or somewhere in the States with a big Mexican and Mexican-American population, I feel like that's what needs to happen. I feel like, you know, we should see Sugar Nunez be the A-side on this occasion. And if he's not the A-side, then what it's going to indicate to me is that Eddie Hearn doesn't really believe in Sugar Nunez the way he may say in the media, right? To me, he will go in as the favorite in a Masanori Rikiishi fight. And he should go in my opinion, like, I look at him as a pretty clear favorite. Like, I would say out of 100%, I would make it like a 56-44 fight, 56% in favor of Sugar Nunez, 54% or 44% to Masanori Rikiishi. You know, it's a fight that will be competitive. When you break down the style matchup, Rikiishi, very, you know, like a lot of Japanese fighters, very intelligent, well-schooled southpaw boxer, has sneaky good power, But you know, we've seen in the past in his most exciting fight against Michael Magnesi from Italy, he was down on the cards. He was losing that fight, and he needed a Hail Mary shot to come back in the 12th and final round to get the knockout. So I think, you know, he's shown that he could be outworked. He's shown that he could be outfoxed and outboxed in the ring. And not only just that, I feel like Sugar Nunez can really push him back. And I think Sugar, if they do fight, he will give Sugar Nunez some fits. There's no doubts about it. And it wouldn't even shock me if he did outbox him. But to me, the more likely outcome is that he's going to be outboxing him, but eventually Sugar Nunez is going to get to him, and he's going to knock out Masanori Rikiishi to become the IBF featherweight champion. Or not featherweight, IBF super featherweight champion. So I think it's a great fight. It's really a great fight. It's Mexico versus Japan. Probably my favorite rivalry in boxing, Mexico versus Japan. If you want to be honest, my favorite rivalry in boxing is not USA versus Mexico or Mexico versus Puerto Rico. Those are good rivalries, but Mexico versus Japan is just different. But it's normally at the lighter weight categories. This fight being a super featherweight is an occasion where we get Mexico versus Japan in a higher weight category, which is really intriguing to me. So I hope this fight can get done. Eddie Hearn needs to get this fight for Sugar Nunez done for Mexico or somewhere in America where he can be the A side. If he allows this fight to go to Japan, and Masanori Rikiishi gets to fight him in Japan as the A side, I think that's a very bad look on his part. You know, Sugar Nunez is a guy that I think can be a star. He's a Mexican knockout artist that is not hard to market, that is not hard to make a star. He just has to win the fights. And if you believe in him like you say you do, you get this fight done for him to be the A side. So I'll definitely be following this situation here on True School Sports because I'm very intrigued to see, you know, how Eddie Hearn handles this whole situation. And it's a really intriguing fight because I think Rikiishi has some past victory. I just don't know if he's going to stand up to the power of Sugar Nunez because it's different. Even he fought Shavkat Rakhimov, who's a very good fighter, and was giving him some fits, but he eventually got to him. Sugar Nunez has a way of getting to these fighters. So can Rikiishi be crafty enough for 12 rounds to outfox and outbox Eduardo, Sugar Nunez? I'm not so sure, but I want to find out. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. For my Japanese fans, Masanori Rikiishi, do you think he can win this fight? If you've seen this Mexican fight, you know, let me know what you think about the fight. What kind of chance do you give him? You know, this would probably be to me one of the bigger upsets a Japanese fighter will have had in a world title fight if he is to win. So that's how I perceive the fight. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dang It. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this, make sure you click right over here.